number 2 of ISC 2012, and you'll notice that in those years the string question was at question number 2 instead of question number 3. Okay, so the question is actually very straightforward. They are not asking you to validate or something. So what they are saying is write a program to accept a sentence as an input. They are also saying that the words will be separated by a blank. They are also saying that each word will be in uppercase, and the sentence is terminated by either a dot or exclamation mark or a question mark. You are supposed to do two things: obtain the length of the sentence measured in words, and if you notice, since they are saying that each word will be each words will be separated by a single space, so obviously you just have to count the number of spaces. They are not saying that there can be one or more white spaces between the words. Also notice that the next part is arrange the sentence in alphabetical order of words, and since it is in all uppercase, so nothing needs to be done over here also. Is the question clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's begin doing it. I already have a template ready. So first thing is I have to enter a sentence, and they are entering the sentence on the next line. That is the small change. Okay, anyway. So system dot out dot print ln, or rather I'll just say print, and I'll say input colon slash n slash t, and then we are supposed to get the sentence. So I'll say string sentence is equal to in dot next line. So this will take care of the first part, right? That means we have got the sentence. Now we don't have to validate and all, but we'll still write a proper object oriented program. So we'll say class sentence, and then here we'll have our string. We'll say private string sentence, and then we'll have a constructor to initialize our string sentence string sentence. This sentence parameter will be stored in the instance variable, so we'll say this dot sentence is equal to sentence. Now since we don't have to check for validation and all, we can straight away get rid of the last character, which is supposed to be one of these. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and they are not asking to validate, so we won't waste time in validating and all. We'll do just what the question is asking us to do. So we'll say that okay, sentence dot substring, and we'll take everything from the first character till last but one character. So we'll say sentence dot length minus 1. Is it okay with you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now once we have got rid of that, they are asking us to obtain the length of the string. So let's have one more variable, instance variable for this. We'll say private int length, and now we need to, so should we have separate function for this, or we should do it over here and have a separate function for the sorting thing? What will you prefer?
So I was thinking that we can have a function for sorting using split, and there we can find the length and we can have a get length function.
The get length function we'll have. That's why I declared the instance variable. That is okay.
Yes, sir. So we'll find the length where we are like sorting. We have to
Okay.
store it in split.
Okay. So let's have the function sort. No, but don't you think that sorting should be done after you have splitted it? That will look neat. So let's
Yes, sir.
have I mean, split it here only, and then we'll do it over there. What do you say?
Okay, sir.
What's your opinion about it? Let's discuss this.
Sir, I was thinking that in this sort function only we can split it and sort it, because we don't need an array afterwards. So
That is
and then
okay,
store
but
it in
like
a
for
string.
example, no, that is okay. But the thing is that in a proper object-oriented program, each function should do only one job. And okay, so I was thinking that sort should take a array. And please understand, like, since you're writing these programs throughout the year, it's better if the modularity remains so that you can code faster in the exams. What do you say?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's have one function by the name of process, and that function will actually private void process. Here we'll actually split it in words, right? So in order to split it in words, what we'll do, we'll say string word is equal to sentence dot split, and we'll split it on a single
Yes.
space. So now we have all the words separated. Once that is done, why is this giving an error? Oh, sorry, we forgot the box bracket. So this line will split the sentence on a space, and the result will be stored in the array by the name of word. Now we have to sort this array, so we'll just say sort, and we'll pass the word array to it. Now we have to define the word, so we'll say private void sort, and we'll take the string array which is word. Now we have to sort this array over here, so let's do it. Bubble sort, that will be simpler. So
Yes.
we'll say outer loop is for the number of passes, so we'll say pass is equal to 0, pass is less than word dot length -1, and then we'll say pass plus plus. The inner loop will be for,
Swapping.
and hold on, this is an array not a string, so we'll have to get rid of this. So the inner loop will be for sorting the individual elements, so let's say position. So we'll say for int position is equal to 0, position is less than word dot length -1. And please note, since we are doing bubble sort, and in bubble sort the elements are sorted from the rear, so what we'll do over here, we'll say minus pass. So first time the value of pass is 0, so the loop will run till the end. All elements will be considered. After one pass, one element will reach its position, and next time when we'll reach over there, we won't consider the last element, so that way we'll save some time. So after this optimization, we'll say position plus plus, sorry, position plus plus. And once this is done, we'll check the elements. So we'll say that we have to sort it in alphabetical order. That is what they said. Ascending, that is? Yes, ascending.
Yes.
So ascending means if the next word is smaller, we'll swap. So we'll say that if word of position plus 1. Now we cannot use less than directly. What we have to do?
So compare to,
Because it is a string. So we'll say compare to, and we'll compare it with word at the position. And we should compare it against what? More than 0 or less than 0?
Less than 0.
Less than 0, because it is comparing on the value of the character. So less than 0, and then we'll swap. And in order to swap it, we'll need a temporary variable. So we'll call it string temp. So the first step is we'll say temp is equal to word of position plus 1, that is step 1. And then we'll say word of position plus 1 is equal to word of position. And finally, we'll say that word of position is equal to temp. So this will take care of the swapping. Any doubts in this?
No, sir.
Now, it might be possible that the element is almost sorted or totally sorted, and in that case, this inner loop will keep on running and wasting time. So we can further optimize it. So if the inner loop runs once and you never reach this if block, it means that the elements are already sorted and we can break out. So we'll perform that optimization also to make it more efficient. So we'll say Boolean swapped, and just before the loop begins, we'll say swapped is equal to false. That means no swapping has taken place. If swapping takes place, we'll say swapped is equal to true. So now we have a flag variable. So if you reach within this, if swapping is done, so we are saying swapped is equal to true. If swapped is equal to true, it means that the element might still not be in order. And then here we'll say that, okay, if no swapping has been done, break out of the loop. So this will make your program quite efficient. Okay, once the sorting is done, what we are supposed to do, we are supposed to print the output. Length, we forgot about the length thing, right?
Yes.
So let's populate the length, and I think the best place to populate the length is over here. We'll say length is equal to word dot length. So word is length is populated. We need to return the length, so we'll say public int get length, and here we'll say return length, and we have to display it also, the sentence itself. So we'll do it by overriding the toString method so that we can directly print the object instead of calling the display function. I personally believe that this looks better than the other thing. So what we are supposed to do, we'll just create a string variable by the name of output. We'll assign it nothing. We'll run a loop for each word, right? So we'll say for, and let's use the enhanced string. So we'll say for, no, hold on. Wait a minute. We cannot do it over here. We have already done it over here, right? So where we should be doing it? Because the array is not available over here, isn't it?
Yes, so we can do it in process.
That's not a bad place to do it. So let's say we'll have a string output, and within the process, after sorting, we'll say that, okay, output is equal to nothing, and then we'll run a loop. We'll say string w colon word, and then inside we'll say output plus is equal to w plus space. So this will add all the spaces, and then we have added one extra space at the end. We can get the extra space rid of that by using the length variable. What do you say? Which will be better, using a trim or checking this again and again? I believe using trim will be better.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so when that is over, we'll say that, okay, output is equal to output dot trim. So this takes care of that, and here we'll just say return output. Are we forgetting anything? I don't think so.
So we have to print in the main function.
That is okay, obviously. I'm not talking about that. Okay, so let's start. So we'll say that, okay, sentence obj is equal to new sentence. We'll pass the sentence to it. So this will trigger the constructor. Constructor will trigger the process method. Process method will trigger the sort. So everything will fall in place. Once that is done, we'll say system.out.println, or we'll just say print, and we'll say output colon /n/t, and after that they are first saying length is whatever the length is. So length is colon, and we'll say obj dot get length. So that is part one. Once that is done, let's make it println because there is a line break after it. Obj dot get length. Wait, what happened? We did define a get length method. Public
So we have sentence as the very no.
No, it is okay. Obj dot, oh sorry, plus. So length is done. Now in the next line they are saying rearrange sentence, and that is followed by the sentence. So what we'll do, we'll again say system.out.println, and then we'll display rearrange sentence. Rearrange sentence should be preceded by a tab character, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
And then in the next line, we'll simply say system.out.println. First, we'll have our tab character, and then we'll simply say display the obj, and this will trigger the toString method, and that will display the string. I hope it should work now. Let's copy down the first input. Necessity is the mother of the invention. Copy. We go over here. We execute the code. So no errors, hopefully. Yes, so input, Control Shift V, enter. Length is 6, rearrange sentence, invention is mother, necessity of the. And let's compare. Invention is mother, necessity of the, that is working. Let's try out the second one as well. Be good others too, which is also correct. Right? Any doubts or clarifications?
No, sir, it's fine.
Okay, so this was actually relatively simpler than other paper, and like as we'll move back, you will all of a sudden see that there was this, it will become slightly difficult because questions before this were slightly better. Okay, anyway, so that's all for today. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.